Hello, and welcome to the Swansea Public Schools annual state-mandated anti-bullying training. What will follow will be a PowerPoint presentation developed by Dr. Englander out of Bridgewater State College. At particular points, we will stop and discuss some of the questions that were presented in the PowerPoint.
Over the last 5 years, we've done a great job in reducing the number of bullying incidents in our schools by informing staff, faculty, and students on the importance of this issue and giving strategies for prevention. It's very important that we respond to each act of bullying in an appropriate manner so that students know it's a serious issue and that we're looking out for these types of things. Any act of bullying can be reported to your building administrator. There is also a form on each school's website where you can use to report an act of bullying, and each school has an anonymous bullying hotline that can also be used to report an act of bullying. Once again, very important that we respond to behaviors that may be bullying or may lead to bullying so that we protect the victims as much as we possibly can. Enjoy the PowerPoint. We'll be stopping, as Mr. Colville said, at various instances to discuss some of the points.
So after viewing the first section of the PowerPoint presentation, we'd like to stop, ask a few questions, and throw a few ideas out there. First question: why, in your opinion, has bullying migrated from being recognized as a physical attack to being primarily a psychological problem? I think we can answer this with the development of Facebook, of online Twitter, of all the technology that's out there now. When you hide behind a computer screen, it's so much easier to be a bully than it is face-to-face. What gateway behaviors have you seen in your classroom? The laughing, the rolling of the eyes, the ignoring of the student, the exclusion of a student. Those gateway behaviors are all bullying, and they all lead to bigger and worse types of bullying. Has psychological bullying always been around? Or does it happen more today? Or do we simply notice it more today? Again, with the technology that we have today, with the social media, I think the second part of that question is the answer. Can you recall a case where you're aware that a bullying or fighting situation was happening both online and in school? Because what happens online comes into school, and we're still responsible to address those behaviors. Please, if you have any questions about Section 1, call myself or Mr. Silvera, generate them, watch for the bullying, and address it.
Now that you've seen the second part of the video, here's a few more questions for you to consider. We've all seen examples of behaviors being called bullying that clearly weren't bullying. Think of some examples that were clearly bullying and some examples where it's harder to draw a distinction. With the increased information about bullying, we all know that there's been many reports of incidents, oh, my son's being bullied, or my daughter's being bullied. Everybody uses the term quite loosely. I think it's important to remember that bullying is about control. It is a relationship that's gone wrong. It is about one person trying to control another person. So when trying to discover if something truly is an act of bullying, consider those questions as you move along. Consider a social problem that you've run across with younger students, like at the middle school level, that had some digital involvement. I think younger and younger students are getting electronic devices. And as that happens, younger and younger students are being more and more involved in cyberbullying and online activities. These are things we can't ignore, and if they become a problem at school, they need to be addressed. What kind of social skill deficits have you seen or noticed in kids who are involved in bullying, either as a victim or a bully? I think that students who bully other students do lack some common social skills. They lack coping ability, and they lack the ability to get along with others. They may have low self-esteem, and this is what leads them to this bullying, to try to draw attention to themselves. In your opinion, why do some kids cite anger as their most common motive when they bully another student? That anger can come from a lot of different places. That anger can come from issues at home, again, issues with self-esteem, or different things that lead them to try to control others. These are 4 questions to consider. Having watched part 2, once again, we're available anytime to answer any questions you may have. Please contact myself or Mr. Corville. It'll be part 3 of the video now.
So as you went through the PowerPoint presentation, there was some key pertinent points that came up. I hope you took the time to develop some questions that you can contact either myself or Mr. Silvera to help answer. Bullying is a huge problem and it's only getting bigger. As you saw in the PowerPoint presentation, there are many forms of bullying, not just the old style that we used to see when we were in school. The computers and the technology age now has really just expanded this bullying issue. Know how to report it, know how to respond, make sure you respond when you see it.
Once again, very important that we respond to each act of bullying in an appropriate manner so that students know the seriousness of the issue and that we are watching. This is the only way to stop this. Once again, it's strength in numbers. So by educating the faculty and staff and by educating the students to keep an eye out for these types of things and exactly which types of things will not be tolerated, students and all the educational community will be aware, and this will help us to reduce the instances of bullying in our schools. Once again, you know how to report this. It's very important that we not let any act go unreported so that it can be addressed appropriately. Thank you for watching. Hope you found this informative. And if you have any questions, as Mr. Caldwell said, feel free to contact us. The District Bullying Prevention and Intervention Plan is also available on the district website for further reference. Thank you.